Yo, people. It's Tuesday, 26th of June. Today's the day that Instagram are using all of your data to train its AI platform. I hope that you've managed to go into your privacy settings and reject that happening. They emailed me back in about 30 seconds on every one of my accounts. Yo, life is moving so fast towards the New World Order. I hope that we all recognize that their plan is working perfectly so far. This isn't to spread fear. This isn't to make people think that we're going to lose, but it is to put attention on how much success there is on their side of the plan. They have global satanic rituals happening all the time, hidden under celebrity. The biggest one being Taylor Swift right now. Taylor Swift being the so-called daughter of the Church of Satan, by the way. I can't remember her real name, but do some research on that. Taylor Swift is 100% black, dark, satanic witch. And people are just screaming when she turns up to their city. We live in something so much more confusing and complex than the Truman Show. In the UK, July the 4th, I believe it is, Independence Day in America, we have an election. Who will be our new prime minister? It's going to be so much transformation happening. The fact that they're using Independence Day, the fact that there's so much fear right now in the news regarding war, regarding our current prime minister, Rishi Sunak, him and his wife, I believe, are richer than the UK's royal family. Talking about that he's going to start drafting, I think, 18 to 24-year-old men and women to fight the impending World War III that a lot of you, not you, but you, are ignoring, keeping your head down in the sand and just going out, getting pissed, living life, just working, ignoring the fact that we are literally going through the deepest change ever. So, he's talking about drafting young men and women. And if you refuse, he's saying you won't go to prison, but there will be some kind of sanctions. These sanctions being maybe no driving license. Maybe they'll block your bank account. These are totalitarian tiptoe steps towards the New World Order. There's biblical stories in the news. Stories about sea monsters in the sea, locusts eating all the crops in America, the potential for famine happening. Right now in the UK, I live in Kent near the sea. You might hear the seagulls. It is so hot out of the blue. Not for about 3-4 days. Let me show you. There's not one chemtrail in the sky. But when you look in the sky, there is definitely like a weird haze. What's going on? And then simultaneously, there will be so much rain out of the blue. I'm predicting famine. I'm predicting they're going to try and starve us into submission so that we give up our sovereignty through fear and hand it all over to the cabal, and they'll come in with some kind of solution, problem, reaction, solution. I did a video recently talking about my opinions on how I believe football is so scripted, and I felt nervous to upload that because I've got so many great friends and people around me that love football, and I don't want them to think I'm just being a negative Nancy or that I'm some paranoid person that just thinks everything is a game. But I do, and it is my humble opinion. Everything in the media, sports, and everything that's coming out right now, specifically right now, with the amount of solar flares, CMEs, coronal mass injections, and light energy coming to the planet. Everything is a game and scripted. The Euros, they already know who's going to win each category, in my opinion. Because of the amount of solar flares coming to the planet, because of the amount of light that is coming from the galactic central sun, from the cosmos, from the universe, whatever you want to call it. So-called new age spiritual people will be talking about, this is amazing. This is the time for spiritual growth and evolution. Let's all sing and clap and chant in the forest. Let's all take ayahuasca and smoke changa and be free and step into our highest, most divine God or goddess centered self is what they're going to be telling you. They're not going to tell you though that you're going to not want to even get out of bed. They're not going to tell you that you're going to feel depressed more than you've ever felt. They're not going to tell you that anything stagnant in your life, anything that no longer serves your highest purpose, has to get the ras out of your life. And the only way it can get the ras out of your life is if it alchemizes by coming to the surface first of all. They're not going to tell you these things. They're not going to tell you that you're going to doubt every decision that you've made that's led you to this current moment on the 26th of June, 2024. They're not going to tell you that you're going to literally feel completely alone. They're not going to tell you that relationships that keep you safe, that make you feel protected, might be leaving you soon. They're not going to tell you that the angels, the energies that are all around you, wrapped around you, are going to be like in blackout mode so that you can create and manifest the reality that you want by yourself, because you've got all the tools now. Your whole life was a training for this moment. That's just my opinion. Life is hard for me right now. Every single day I'm having to chant harder. I'm having to try and ground myself as much as I can, because I'm going through a lot of transformation and pain. And that's because of the solar flares, the CMEs, the light that's coming to the planet. I recognize and I understand that this pain that's surfacing is my greatest gift, if I can only remember that and keep that perspective. Christ consciousness, Yoshua within me, Jah, Allah, God within me is surfacing even more and more and more as I cast off the transient version of who I am for the last 30 years and I step into the true version of who I always am, the eternal spirit that incarnated into the density of the latter day of the law, into the density of 3D vibrations, so that I can alchemize and transform and reveal my Buddhahood like a rose coming out of the concrete, like a lotus blossoming from the bottom of the sullied, dense swamp. That's what we are here to do. And it ain't easy. It ain't new age. It ain't let's all buy a pair of harem pants, go to Glastonbury and drink some from the chalice wells. That's part of it, but it ain't it. It's about alchemizing the deepest pain. It's about stepping into your deepest truth, even if your own husband, wife, children, lovers don't resonate with that. Are you going to stand alone and follow your heart's calling? This is how we transform the world. I was nervous, like I said, to speak out about the football because I've got close friends around me that really love it, you know, and I don't want to offend them, or I don't want them to think that I'm just sitting there always judging, but I still have to speak my authentic truth. And gosh, the comments, the resonance with people in that post, check it out on my grid, on my Instagram account, Indigo Child with 2 O's. The amount of resonance that people were saying, I've always felt this, I just think I needed someone to say it out loud for it to land in me. Of course, football's run by the Freemasons. Of course, boxing. Of course, NBA. Look at what happened with Kobe Bryant. They predicted his death in a hell. All of it is a stage. All of it is theatre. And I'm sorry if you're deeply passionate about football and an animalistic response comes into you when the football's on, where you're actually like, you're fully amped up. I'm not here to attack your excitement towards the game. Please keep enjoying it. I'm just telling you my opinion on it. Give them bread and circuses. Keep them distracted. Keep them distracted so that they're all screaming at football. So no one ever questions if Taylor Swift is actually the daughter of the Church of Satan and is actually doing mass rituals on the planet. Let's keep them distracted with the football while there's major biblical events happening on the planet. Anyway, I'm here to say I love you. Stay real, stay raw, stay vulnerable, stay authentic, stay brave, stay courageous. Have the deep, awkward conversations with the people that you need to in order to alchemize your head. You should be feeling light as possible. Anything that's adding to your stress, anything that's making you feel weighed down, alchemize it, or transform it, or love it and let it go, because life is short. I could pull off right now and get hit by a lorry and die. So it's time that we chase exactly what our soul wants, and we love and respect everyone that's got us to this point, even if they have to now walk a different path. Anyway, Indigo, I love ya. Just an update about my opinions on this Babylonian crazy world right now. Stay real, baby.